What do you think?
I think we're dead meat. Real dead meat.
You dead meat!
Go ahead and laugh, you guys. If I ever find a little bastards that did this, they're dead meat.
Welcome to the Dead Meat Podcast, your horror safe haven. I'm Chelsea.
I'm James. We're married and we like to get Saw together. That's
Yeah.
Gressel.
Gressel's here too for Hot
Sauce
Sauce
Summer.
Not Hot Sauce Summer.
But-
Hot Sauce Summer. We have hot sauce now on the set to make it confusing, though.
Yeah. Right in front of my beer. So hopefully I don't...
You don't, yeah.
You
I mean, at
don't
least the
think
cap. The
that's
cap
a different
is on.
show.
Hello, James. I want to play a game. For years you have imbibed beer at your pleasure. Well, just making jokes about Hot Sauce Summer.
No, the opposite. You're gonna drink this hot sauce and make jokes about this beer. I'm fucking tired, James. I don't have any.
I don't have
more
any ideas left. Saw
All right.
2.
Yeah, we're back. I want to do some housekeeping.
Oh, some Nervagas housekeeping?
I just want to say, because, okay, the Saw 1 episode hasn't even come out yet.
No, we're getting a head start on these.
backlogging all of these.
Yeah.
So there are no comments to read yet.
No.
But I just want to say
You're going to respond to comments that don't
Yes.
exist yet?
I'm having premonitions, and I just want to say
That's Final
that
Destination.
apparently I think it might have been the director's commentary that James Wan and Lee Whannell refer to the ending scene where they're like holding each other as the love scene. So
Oh, okay.
there's some intertextual evidence that it might be a little bit gay.
Okay. All right.
You know, it's Pride Month, okay?
I'm not gonna. It's still Pride Month, I think, when this
Yes.
is coming out. Yeah. Like I said,
All of Hot Sauce Summer's Pride Month. I think.
That's right.
It's just one long Pride Month.
Hot Sauce Summer extends Pride Month
Yeah.
through the duration. It's in the contract.
Second thing,
Oh.
I cannot find any cute Saw t-shirts. I
it's
don't
tough.
own any.
Yeah.
I have been going insane trying to find literally any that aren't just...
Yeah, but they might be giant shirt.
I do. I'm wearing a They Might Be Giant.
Do you think
shirt.
John and John have ever watched Saw?
No.
Yeah,
I can
probably not.
confidently say
Probably
no.
not, huh? Damn.
That is so far removed from anything that I feel like they would enjoy.
Me thinking about They Might Be Giants not watching Saw is I imagine how some people feel when they find out we never watched Buffy.
Yeah.
I think so.
No, because that's something where you could... It's like surprising.
Oh, that we haven't watched Buffy?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
that's
it's
fair.
horror, you know.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Got nothing for you.
Okay, I think that's it.
Okay, Saw 2. Possibly my favorite Saw.
All right.
I love this Saw.
It's fun.
It's still grounded in reality, I guess. I mean, I do love how fucking dumb it's about to get.
Yes. And
But
we're
this Saw-
starting to see the little hints of dumb
Yes.
in a good way.
In a great way. But this Saw has so much John Kramer in it.
Yeah.
And him and Eric Matthews, no relation to the Boy Meets World Eric Matthews, have these scenes together that are, I just love them. I love the back and forth between them. I love the twist ending on this one. Still a really good twist.
It is. It's a good twist.
You know, and it's one where, unlike the first movie, where everyone kind of knows it by now, Gressel didn't know this was happening.
I did
the
not,
tape delay.
and I enjoyed this twist a lot. Yes.
Oh, and I guess a little late, but spoiler warnings, it's fucking Saw. You should have watched it by now. Go watch it.
Yeah.
Go watch it. Follow along with us if you haven't.
Yeah.
Gressel, as a first time, how'd you feel about Saw 2?
I really liked Saw 2. In fact, Saw 2 made me like Saw 1 more.
In what way?
We talked about this a little bit, and you might know from interviews or commentaries, whatever. What I assume were things done to solve problems with, a low-budget film, the fast cuts and things like that. Leaning into those as like a visual language of the series, I thought was an awesome decision. And it made retroactively, it made me appreciate the first one in a way of like, oh, now we have developed this style.
And a consistency.
And a like, its intentionality beyond just like, oh God, we don't have the footage, and it made it more of a thing. And I liked Saw 1 more because of it. But I did like Saw 2 more than Saw 1. It's a more complete movie, and the John Kramer stuff is just so good.
Yeah, it's so good.
That
love
direction
him.
comes courtesy of Darren Lynn Bousman.
Yeah.
Who...
Are you about to... we're about to share the exact same behind-the-scenes trivia we found while researching this.
Perhaps. What do you got?
He wrote this script it was not a Saw movie.
No.
He was shopping around a script to studios. No one wanted it, as studios tend to not want things.
He's a music video director, so first time feature for him.
And meanwhile, Saw 1's a huge hit, and they're like, shit, we need a sequel. James Wan and Leigh Whannell can't do it.
They're busy working on Dead Silence, I think.
Was it Dead Silence?
They're like doing, all the promo circuit for Saw 1 and then working on Dead Silence.
Yeah. And so the script ends up in one of the producer's hands. And they're like, we can retool this and just make it a Saw movie.
Yeah, so Leigh Whannell was brought in to do a rewrite and make it a Saw movie. They kept Bousman as the director, which I have not heard anything in all my reading and watching behind the scenes stuff of any conversation about replacing him. So I'd love to talk to him and ask, was there ever a question of like, can we have your script but have someone else direct it?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like it, because even though he was a first-time director and he was actually the same age as James Wan when he made the first Saw, so like 26 maybe, like pretty young.
Yeah.
Yeah. The producers were like, it worked with the first movie, just giving these young, like hungry filmmakers carte blanche, let's try it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they were like, your script is really good. We're going to make it a Saw movie, but you still get to direct it.
Yeah.
And here's a lot of the Saw crew from the first movie, the editor, the director of photography, the composer, they're all coming back for that consistency. Mm-hmm. They did get a new production designer who would be the production designer going forward. But even the original production designer was apparently working on another movie in the same building, like in the same studio. And they would have her come by and be like, hey, is this bathroom the same? Because they had to recreate that bathroom from scratch. The first Saw shot downtown LA. Second
right.
Saw and all the rest of them, Toronto. In fact, they built 27 sets on a single studio.
Oh, wow.
Single
for
studio
this one?
space.
On
Yes.
one stage, like one big soundstage?
On one big soundstage, they
Wow.
built 27 sets
Wow.
for this movie in Toronto. Yeah.
That's so cool.
David Heckel, the production designer who would go on to direct Saw 5, which is so funny.
That's awesome.
Right?
Yeah, it's
That's so
so
fun.
cool.
That's so cool.
Like,
Yeah.
what a cool thing to, like, doing production design, a job that normally, you'll get a nod here or there, but mostly unrecognized. And
Yeah.
that's like, oh, but we'll give you the chance to direct.
And that's a
one of
hard
these.
one to get that kind of upward mobility, too. Because you'll often hear about, like, writer turned director, or even actor turned director. But, like,
Or DP.
yes.
Where they're already shooting
But
something.
production designer turned director is a rare one.
But his work is so good because this movie takes place in this house, and the house is such a good setting.
Yeah.
Like, it's so gross.
Yeah.
And all the different rooms, the needle pit
Yeah, the
is
needle
so
pit,
memorable.
Yeah. And I think what's important too, and I think maybe an underrated factor of these Saw movies is like you have all this crazy cutting back and forth where we've got cop plot, which again we love cop plot. You have to be able to instantly tell where you are, or else it's even more confusing. Like if I'm cutting to a character, I gotta know where they're at in relation to, because you've got like police station, you've got Jigsaw's little weird booby trap apartment here.
It's like
You've got
warehouse
the
layer,
house.
yeah.
So like cutting back, you've got to know instantly, or else you're just sitting there thinking like, wait, where am I? What's going on? What? And then the reveal at the end as well that time is being played with.
And did that all work for you, Gressel?
Yes, it totally worked for me. What I really liked about it too was that, like, I agree with you. Like, it's very important to have the distinct sets that, like, oh, the lair is different from the house, which those could have been too similar, Like, the bathroom, I feel like, was way more, like, lair-like in Saw 1 than the house in Saw 2. But I also really loved that they all still felt so much like sets. That it was still like, oh, this is obviously not a real place.
Yeah.
But there's kind of this like layer of like sleaze in a good way of like, that you're watching something that is kind of artificial, and it adds that extra layer of like, ooh, what is this? Is kind of like gross and built and like, and I really like how it is still kind of obviously built, which is, like a production design thing too, of like, oh, this is all so we're going to show you this. And it works for John Kramer too, of like, he had to piece all this shit together,
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps it feeling a little bit ridiculous, which I think these movies have to, because the concept is inherently ridiculous. So if it doesn't feel a little bit artificial, then it's not as fun for me, I think.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
like
agree.
colors and everything.
Oh yeah, the DP David Armstrong, who actually was the one who got the script from Bousman and was like, "Oh hey, let me show
Oh,
this to the
wow.
producer." So like he's a big part in getting Bousman on board. Who I would argue, Bousman is one of the most influential individuals in Saw, because obviously
Yes.
Winnell and Wan started it.
Yes, but 2 through 4 really drive where this thing's going, because 1 is so different than where the series ends up. But 2 through 4 is when you really get like little elements that come into play that just stick with the rest of these movies up to 11, which even though it's
You mean 10?
I'm sorry. I just keep saying 11. I'm sorry. It's too soon. I don't want to talk about it. Up until 10, where, yes, it takes place earlier, but it's still following the visual hallmarks of these sequels.
Yeah. And also he's choosing what to carry on from the original Saw.
Yeah.
And maintain, because like another director coming in could have like decided to really change it up, but he's keeping the crazy camera motions and the cranked up
And
speed.
it's green.
It's green.
I mean, Saw 1 is not, like, the Saw bathroom in 1 is blue, but this movie's like, no, Saw is green.
well, all the traps in Saw 1 are green.
Yes,
the
that's
flashbacks
right.
to the traps. So
But-
like, that's kind of their color coding. It's
Yeah.
Like Jigsaw's green.
Yeah.
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 But the house in this one is more of like a
It's like a yellow,
yellow,
especially the
a
needle pit
brown.
room. It's like this sickly yellow
Phlegm.
color.
phlegm.
Oh, yeah, it's gross. Just
yeah,
bodily
the DP compared it
fluids.
to tobacco, but
Oh,
you know.
sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
for
Yeah, yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Like a smoker's house.
Yeah.
Where the walls, everything's like.
Oh yeah, like weeping with the
Yeah.
Well, it's meant to be a very old house, like 100 years old, and then one that like became like a crack house. There's,
Sure, yeah.
you know, signs and evidence of people having squatted there and done a lot of drugs. It's squalor, it's gross, and it's great.
Yeah.
Such a good setting.
Yep.
And then Gressel, did you knew that Amanda was in on it from the start, right?
I knew that Amanda was in on it because of Horror Survivor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She's Jigsaw's protege.
Yes.
It'd be such a good twist. I'm sure you might have pieced it together before then.
I don't. Yes, probably, but
Maybe.
I don't think that I knew that she was like the heir apparent. I
Okay.
think I thought that she might have been more of like a reluctant accomplice, kind of like his other reluctant
Oh, like
accomplices.
Zed.
you know,
or like Abby, who helped
Yes.
kidnap them
Yeah.
in this one.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, but no, her being the like actual. Not killer.
Uh-huh. Not
I still
killer,
enjoyed
technically.
even kind of knowing that that was where it was going. The way that it was done, I thought was really well. And I didn't know that she was in that deep.
Yeah, and then you didn't know the time lapse video thing, and then I'm guessing you didn't know we'd wind up in the bathroom again.
No, the bathroom was a total surprise. That was really fun.
Those lights came on, we were all like, "Oh!"
I forgot that we end up in the bathroom again in the second one.
Yeah.
I
the
don't.
implication that like it's all one house.
Yes. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
isn't that crazy that
It's
like they
great,
were
yeah.
And
the house we were in the whole of Saw 2 was above the bathroom
But
we were in for Saw
also,
1.
what is this building?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what is that
What is
bathroom
this
doing
bathroom?
down there,
And
dude?
like, what kind of bathroom is it? Because it's
It's at the end of
so
like a long
hallway, and it's massive.
Yeah.
But there's only one toilet in it,
and a tub.
and a tub. It's so weird.
There's 3 urinals.
It's like a bathroom made to do the substance in. You have so much room on the floor to spread out.
And writhe around.
Yeah.
A substance bathroom.
It really is.
Yeah, like if the substance bathroom was just like went to root, would it become the Saw bathroom?
yeah, right.
Went to what?
Went to root? Is that a phrase? Went to seed? Went to
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, went to seed. I
went to
think it's
seed.
yeah.
Okay.
That
I don't know.
it grew too far past fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seed.
I see.
As the substances want to do.
Should we?
Yeah, I guess we can get into it.
Yeah.
Do the whole Saw 2 thing. I mean, we open with a trap, which you gotta.
You have to. I mean, that's tradition now. This is also kind of cementing
Yes.
a tradition where every movie starts with a trap.
Yeah, from now on, we are going to start on a trap, give you what you want. It will maybe have a lot to do with the rest of the movie, maybe not. This one doesn't really.
No.
This one is just...
You compared it to like a Simpsons episode, like a classic Simpsons.
Well, we were still in like the SWAT team mode where they're like getting their legs broken and shocked and shit.
Someone on the Saw subreddit was like, it's the Knee Smasher 5000. Like, does he forget that's in his lair when he's getting up to get oatmeal or something? I was dying. It was such a funny discussion. Yeah.
Yeah, but I told Gressel, I was like, no, dude, this is like in the beginning of an old Simpsons episode where there's like this storyline that actually doesn't end up having to do much with the rest of the episode.
It's just getting you to the main story.
Yeah, that's what we're at for the first part of this movie, and Michael's trap is part of it. I'd say this is up there on the traps, the Venus flytrap.
It is. It's interesting, though, because if this trap were in a later film, we would see him start digging.
Yes.
We would see him getting in there, and that thing would, he would fail, and it would close up anyway.
Yeah, he's supposed to retrieve a key that's been inserted behind his eyeball, and that will allow him to unlock this Venus flytrap off of his head.
It's a reverse bear trap.
Yeah, which they compared it to. They were like, we need to do the same, but it's something a little different.
It's I think, and this is an old podcast episode, but we talked about like real life torture. Yes, yeah. So lots of like medieval torture devices, and there is something like similar to this. It's one of those things where it's like, is it apocryphal? Was this actually used? I don't know. I feel like there might have been one when we went to the Tower of London, and
we saw a lot of torture shit.
Yeah, they've got a little exhibit in there.
Yeah, but he brings the scalpel close to his eye many times, and that's enough to get us all wincing and be like audible reactions.
Yeah.
I'm sure so many people who they saw this movie close their eyes and in their
head,
he's cutting into his eye.
Your memory is my memory was he goes in there,
right? Yeah. But he doesn't. He can't do it, as I think a lot of us wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, this also begins a Jigsaw tradition where you get the setup of the trap and you're like, dude, a minute.
Dude, this is nothing though compared to the Jaw one later, where it's totally impossible. You'll see what but like this one is doable. It's doable. Sucks. Do you guys think you could do it?
No,
absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
I don't think I could do it. I think a lot of these traps, because there's a human nature thing or it's like an animal instinct where it's like you can't do that to yourself. Do you know?
Like
you like literally just can't.
Especially, it's 1 minute that he has.
Yeah. I just
that's not enough time to like realize like, oh, if it were like a 10-minute thing, then by minute 8 it might have set in that like, okay, I need to fucking do this or I'm gonna die.
Right.
But 1 minute, that's so hard to bring yourself to.
That thing's clamping right on my head.
He chucks that scalpel away and that thing clamps shut. And like, it's not that graphic in the end. It's behind this thing that they actually built to that guy's head and clamped shut.
Learning how many of the Saw traps they just built and were like, this is this close to being a functional thing that could kill someone.
For real, man. And they all have to like look like something that John Kramer could have just pieced together on his own.
Yeah, that an old man with cancer could feasibly make, which is why I don't know if we talked about it in the first episode, but the Saw roller coaster in the UK, which is a vacation destination of mine. It has been for years in Thorpe Park. God, I want to go. That's so bad. I want to ride
that roller coaster so bad. But those are two things Gressel would never do.
Yeah, no way.
But just from my understanding, the roller coaster itself is almost like a Saw trap. Maybe I'm misunderstanding the ride, the story of it. My other favorite thing about it is at one point the coaster does like, it goes through a building and you're doing like a little, like a heartline roll through this building, and you're doing it over like John Kramer laying dead on the floor. I want to go. We have a Saw the Ride sweatshirt. I don't know where we got it from or who gave it to us, but it is currently sitting in the office.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck it came from, but I'll wear that in episode when it's not 1,000,000 degrees in here.
There you
anyway.
Go. Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, did he build a roller coaster? Is that the implication?
Yeah, the Lost Saw movie.
Yeah.
He built a coaster.
Yeah.
We jump into our cop plot with Donnie fucking Wahlberg as Eric Matthews. Donnie Wahlberg.
He's great in these.
He's great. And in a behind-the-scenes thing, compared this movie's dramatic turn to Punch Drunk Love.
Amazing. Wait.
He was like, it's a lot. He said, compared to the first movie, it's much more of a drama movie like Punch Drunk Love. He said, like the Adam Sandler movie,
Paul
like the
He
Paul
said-
Thomas
yeah.
Anderson.
He said, like the Adam Sandler movie, Punch Drunk Love.
Okay.
He said those words.
Was that just the last movie that he saw?
Maybe.
Yeah, getting real Boss Baby vibes from this kind of thing.
Wait, what?
that meme where it's like guy who's only seen Boss Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donnie, Eric Matthews, he's got his son.
Oh, his son's a little
Daniel
troublemaker.
Matthews. Yeah, he's the kid from Scream 4. Mm-hmm. And they're walking around the season 2 of The Wire.
Yeah, they're in season 2 of The Wire. They're hanging out with all the Polish dock workers.
Yeah, the Cityton docks. Cityton
I would
Harbor.
love a Wire series about Cityton. I mean, that's almost what Spiral
We're
is.
basically there. We just need like a Saw that focuses on the journalism.
Yes,
where it's like not quite as good as the other ones, but it's serviceable.
Where it's the battle of like, we want to have a free press, but then the cops and the mayor are like, look, man, you start writing about this, Jigsaw's gonna come for us. We don't want any trouble, and it's a big problem.
No,
in
that's
Cityton.
the editor is saying that. He's like, you
Yeah,
can't
right.
write about Jigsaw because he'll come after us. But,
we have families here.
yeah,
This
but one
paper.
reporter, one very drunk reporter with a sense of justice, he wants to write about Jigsaw.
Yeah, I like that.
And then it probably ends up being a protege.
Yeah. So Wahlberg's got a troublemaker son. Would he get like? Was he shoplifting or something?
Something like that, yeah.
But Daddy's able to get him out of trouble.
Yeah, he's like, he used to be a detective, now he's a desk jockey. Because apparently he was a crooked cop, as Jigsaw
Oh, it sounds like
mentions.
he was a very shitty cop.
Planting evidence, beating people
Unnecessary force. Yeah,
up. Unnecessary roughage.
all the good cop stuff.
Yeah, he was a bad cop.
Yeah.
But he's being called in to help in a transition that was done practically that we're going to see way more of later, because he's in his apartment when he gets this call from his ex-detective partner and ex-flame, apparently, Carrie from the first movie, and she asks him to come in to help with this Jigsaw case. He gets up out of bed, leaves his apartment, and they actually had a practical wall that like slid out as he walked into the hallway scene, and Carrie meets him, and
Fuck,
they like
that's
go to
so
investigate the
cool.
crime.
I didn't know that one
very
was
good.
practical.
It's so good, dude.
God, I didn't realize how many of those are practical, because there's one in 4 that
Dude,
is
when we get to
legendary.
4, the transitions are
4 is like the budget
fucking
went to the
art.
weird practical transitions. It's
Yeah.
really incredible. But I didn't know even back this far they were like, let's get weird. with
I wonder if
this.
Bousman was just like, maybe he was equally tickled as us with the Danny Glover car transition,
and was
was like, maybe we could do this,
is
but
what we need more of.
we need
yeah.
this, but practically.
Yeah.
Because it's so fun.
It also feels very music video, which
Yeah.
do you know?
Ooh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Since he comes from music
Yeah,
videos.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking of like Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai. I knew that's what you were thinking. So yeah, they're on the scene of Michael, the Venus flytrap, and apparently Jigsaw left a message that says, "Look closer, Detective
Yeah, because
Matthews."
this dead guy from the beginning was an FBI informant. Specifically, he was working with Donnie Wahlberg.
Oh, I think it was a Cityton informant. I don't think it was reaching the feds.
Or I'm sorry, yes,
Yeah.
Cityton.
Yeah, no, I don't think the feds want to deal with him.
And yeah, there's a note from Jigsaw. Yeah, look closer, Detective Matthews. And the galaxy brain leap in logic here. Because what it ends up being is, oh, look closer. And Donnie Wahlberg's in bed, and he mentally, in his dreams, like zoom enhances on the crime scene. And
On the Venus flytrap.
On the Venus flytrap, and zooms enhances to the brand of the lock.
Wilson Steele.
He's a little bit magical. I don't know. This is crazy to be able to do. He's like dreaming in 8K. It's
Yeah, because at least
crazy.
Danny Glover in the first one was watching over footage. And
Yes.
it's like, oh, there's some graffiti tags back
This
there.
is just photographic memory.
Yeah.
It's like he took, that documentary we all watched about those high-res scans of the Titanic? It's like he can do that and store them in his brain.
Yeah,
of
just
crime
with Jigsaw
scenes.
crime scenes.
Yeah, and
He's
so
standing in front of like the the fucking, was it the volume?
the volume? Yeah.
He's like, if you see here, the barbed wire shows that he could have made it through this path.
Yeah.
They LiDAR scanned the crime scene.
Yeah. So then he's like, okay, the brand of lock. Okay, that must mean that Jigsaw is in this lock factory?
The Wilson Steel Factory.
I guess.
I know, couldn't he have just gone and bought that from a hardware store?
Yeah, that's what is throwing me off, is like, it's just crazy that ends up being right.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like, I'm sorry to bring it up, we're all playing Blueprints right now.
Oh
It just
my God.
reminds me of when we get so tunnel vision on something that we think is meaningful and it's not at all. It's just a detail we're obsessed with for some reason.
I feel like we've never fully explained Blueprints on the podcast, and I just want to briefly say, because it's a thing that has infected all of our lives, all three of us, Gressel's wife, and Mike and Beth. If you want a puzzle game, like we love puzzle games, and you're expecting like a 20-hour puzzle game, like we love 20-hour puzzle games, Blueprints is not it.
that.
We are over 100 hours in on this insane, one of the most in-depth puzzle games we've
it
ever
will
played.
drive you mad.
You will go crazy.
Yeah.
Every single thing is a clue. Gressel.
Unless it's not.
This whole time while you've been talking about this, that's all I've been thinking of is it's like in Blueprints.
Yeah.
I thought of that one clue in
Jigsaw
the
would
middle
already.
of workday.
You would have loved Blueprints.
Oh, Jigsaw would have loved Blueprints,
Yeah.
dude, for sure. But he's chilling. He's like reading and eating a bowl of soup when they're when they
and
come
he's
in.
in his little costume.
Yeah, he like wears that on his off hours too.
Yeah.
It must be cozy with the hood up.
With the
even.
hood up, yeah. He looks cool.
Yeah, that's probably. I look so cool.
He does, yeah. So the cops.
If I get arrested, at least I look cool.
Yeah.
I do kind of like the implication that it's like a boxer robe, and it's like,
Yeah.
was he like a one-time
does-
boxer?
It
Yeah.
does look like a boxer robe. Like he's coming out with fucking Don King.
Reference for the kids.
Zepp is his Don King.
Oh my God.
Zepp
with the hair?
He's a very interesting man.
Yes. Love it. Fan art now, please. Okay.
Oh my God, please someone. Yeah, the SWAT team comes in.
Yeah, they get hit up with the shin smasher booby trap.
They're getting like Home Alone here.
They're getting, it is. It's very Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting electrocuted where finally some cops make it to Jigsaw and they're obviously all screaming at him to get on the ground. And he's like, oh, you're going to ask the guy with cancer to get on his knees.
Yeah, I guess give me
Okay.
5 minutes to get up and unhook these IVs with my chemo.
Oh, protect and serve.
I love how much of an asshole he is
He's
about that.
such a dick, because one of my favorite fucking moments, and I always forget about it, is when like Detective Matthews sees on the monitors that Jigsaw has that his son is being held captive with a bunch of other people in a room, and so he calls his son's phone, and the fucking voicemail is John
It's
Kramer
Jigsaw!
saying, "Hello, you've reached Daniel's phone. He's unavailable right now."
So hello, Baba Booey. Fuck you.
It's so fucking
so
funny.
good. He thinks so many steps ahead, and just for the pettiest shit too. He's so great. I love him so much.
He's such
By
an
the way,
asshole, dude.
we were not there for this, but
yeah.
at Monster Palooza last weekend, Zoran was there hosting a panel for our friend Kara Gardner's new movie that's
Featuring
coming
Shawnee
out.
Smith.
Yes.
She was on the panel as well.
Yes. And Zoran's wife, Megan, was there, and little baby Phoenix. And Megan was holding Phoenix, who was passed out. He was asleep. And apparently Tobin Bell walked by, leaned over and like looked at Phoenix and just smiled and looked at Megan and goes, he's happy, and just walks away. And it's just the best thing I've ever heard. He's such a sweet man. I love him.
Phoenix. I want to play a game. Every day you wake up and cry for food from your mommy. What if I gave you something to cry about?
I just thought that was so precious, and like what a fun story to tell Phoenix when he's old enough to
Yeah.
understand how cool that is.
Seriously, dude. Yeah, so
Yeah, but like, or he sees those movies too young and has nightmares, and it's like, that's the man that saw you when you were a
remember
baby.
oh no, he's watching. Jigsaw tells Eric that his son is in a safe place, which we will come to learn is literally
It's
a
very
safe.
literal, but for now, as far as Donnie is concerned, I don't even know Donnie's actual name. Eric Matthews.
Matthews.
As far as Eric Matthews is concerned, his son is trapped in the other plot of this movie.
Yep, the trap plot.
His son is in the trap plot.
Everyone in the trap plot is inhaling nerve gas.
Yes.
It'll kill them in 2 hours.
They're all in this house.
And the house will not be unlocked for 3 hours.
Right.
So they've got to work together to find various antidotes for them hidden around the house. And that's the trap plot.
It's an escape. It's
It's
most
another escape room.
This and I forget which other Saw movie. Five. Yes, are the most escape roomy of all of them. I think where there's lots of wordplay and riddles
like
and
clues.
things where like if you think about it from a different direction, maybe there's a hint there for you to get out of it somewhat intact.
Yeah.
Beverly Mitchell from Seventh Heaven is here.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I mean, barely.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, she's like, her and the guy who gets shot right away are definitely the least interesting characters there. Gus is his name.
Oh,
who gets
yeah.
shot.
Yeah. Who gets fucking shot.
I kind of want to
in
make
the
a list
head.
of like the Saw characters you forgot about.
Yes.
It would be like the intern that Gordon is sleeping with or almost sleeping with. And the neighbors from Saw
The neighbor,
1.
yes, yeah, the neighbors that come over.
And then Gus, because even though he gets a good kill, that gun through the wall and it pans to the gun and then back to him, it's good.
It's just, if you
just
showed
gotta
me
forget
a
about
screen
him.
cap of him, I'd be like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Who is this man?
Especially because the other characters there are so much more colorful and fun, I guess. In a way.
In a fucked up way.
You got Xavier, the classic like hothead who's going to become the human antagonist basically.
Yeah.
As ends up searching for the combination for the safe.
He's the classic dude in every kind of horror
Like zombie
movie, group
movie.
survival. Yeah.
Yeah, where it's like, working together is not working, so fuck it. It's
Yeah, every man for
I'm
himself.
The big guy. And I love his contrast in Jonas, the very level-headed like ex-con who's like, oh, you remind me of me when I was younger. Like, I love this guy. He's so cool and level-headed. The actor, I think, just brings a lot of
he's
likability
cool.
to him.
Yeah.
There were a couple too many lines of like, we're the same. Listen, like, let's just calm down. Like, it was too many of the same beat. With his performance was really good, but they kept hitting that over and over.
Yeah.
And then, who else is here?
Fucking Amanda Young. That's right.
The crowd goes
Mandy.
crazy. Yeah, Mandy, as we all call
terrible
her.
haircut.
Terrible hair.
It's pretty bad. It can get worse.
It can and will get worse. But right now we're at the stage 2 of Amanda Young hair, which is a wig. We're pretty sure.
I hope it's a
Maybe.
wig. I hope.
Because we do see her in a flashback with longer hair.
With long hair, yeah.
So I'm assuming either they filmed that first and cut it, or she had long hair and they had her wear this wig.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, I'm a survivor from these traps. And then she says that she's there because she didn't treat herself right. And we see a quick flashback of her cutting herself.
Right.
So the assumption that we're working with for most of the movie is that, yes, she survived the bear trap from the first one, but then she wound up not appreciating life, cutting herself, and then she was put back in a trap. But
You mean she wound up traumatized from having murdered a person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this movie kicks off the zoom out. That
But
person was there the whole time.
yes.
Because
the
later
scene you
we
thought she was by herself. Actually, Jigsaw was there.
John was
next to
sitting
her.
on the other bed in that motel room where she was cutting herself, and I guess he was directing her to do it.
I think it's because we get some origin story here, and so John Kramer gets his cancer diagnosis, and then he is so distraught he decides he's just gonna end it.
He gets his cancer diagnosis after we see him walk into Dr. Gordon's office.
Dr. Gordon's
No
office.
visible
Yeah.
Dr. Gordon. They don't want to pay Carrie Elwes for it.
Yeah,
But you see the sign.
we see it.
You
Yeah,
get connective tissue.
it's a little treat for the real Saw heads that existed already by the second movie.
Yeah.
And so he then drives off a cliff on purpose, trying to just end it, but he survives, and surviving that,
Gives him a new appreciation of life.
yes.
Yes.
And so I think him encouraging her to do that to herself is like a parallel of that. Like it's
It's
almost
like bring her to the brink of death.
to appreciate
Yeah.
it's like a weird initiation thing almost.
I
think.
guess so. Yeah, that's what we get. I love him like fucking pulling out that piece of wreckage from his body.
But also wasn't putting her in a saw trap already putting her to the brink of.
No, we all said last time
That's
that her
true.
saw
We were
trap
complaining
was
that
the
it was
easiest.
maybe,
You guys said it was.
Maybe he realized like, hey, wait, actually.
Hey, I know you survived the saw trap, but like looking back, it was really easy compared to the
you
other
know what
ones.
it is, and I can't take credit for this because this is a term I see used on the subreddit all the time. Is it's sawflation, where as the movies progress, you look back on the older traps and you're like, oh, whatever. And that's
true.
maybe what's happening already. Is he's realizing like, oh shit, that wasn't anything compared to the
Traps
fucked
don't
up
go as
stuff.
far as they used to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with these tariffs on Wilson Steel.
Yeah. So Amanda is telling them, look, he's testing us. He wants us
He
to
wants
survive.
us to survive.
Which is true. That's part of his thing is he wants anyone who's in his traps, he wants you to survive them.
Also, he mentions when he reveals the whole nerve gas thing, the Tokyo subway attacks.
Yes.
So this is just hammering home the whole torture porn equals war on terror, like post 9/11 things. Because what were the Tokyo subway attacks?
So that was like a cult thing.
Oh, so that wasn't terrorists?
No,
I
and it was
mean-
the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I still think it's a valid thing to connect.
call it a terrorist
because
attack,
like there was Oklahoma City and everything. You'd call that a terrorist.
Oh,
attack,
for sure, yeah.
So I
Like,
definitely think it's relevant.
okay.
Yes, I do think that was, and it's been a while since I've gone
I just heard
down
subway and wasn't the British subway, was it a bombing?
That
or-
was, I think, a bomb.
That was
and
it,
that
yes.
was Islamic terrorism.
This
post
was like a
9/11.
Yes.
doomsday cult, I think, like a techno doomsday cult or something. It was called Om Shinrikyo.
Om Shinrikyo also at a certain point does become classified as a terrorist organization by many countries.
Oh, but they're originally just like a cult? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's a crazy rabbit hole to go down.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, Jigsaw knows his history. Mm-hmm. And his engineering.
Well, he's got to listen to something while he's making all those traps.
Yeah, he's got to listen to all
I-
his true crime podcasts.
What's that history one?
What, the Dan Carlin one?
Yeah.
Hardcore History?
Yeah, you ever listen to Hardcore History? I keep emailing asking if they want a guest, but they haven't bit. Still trying to get verified on Instagram to maybe help my case.
Okay, so we get some hints from Jigsaw about what's going on here and how they can all maybe work together and figure out how to get out. He gives them a cryptic clue that the key, what is it? The key to get out's in the back of your minds.
The numbers are in the back of your mind, somewhere over the order of them is somewhere
Over the rainbow.
X
Okay?
marks the spot for why you're all connected.
Yeah.
I before E, except after C.
Yeah.
He's laying down a whole bunch of rules.
I like that his little hint about, oh, the numbers are in the back of your minds. The very first trap in the movie sets up an expectation that they're going to have to like dig into someone's brains or something fucked up. But no, it's just much more simple than that.
Yeah.
Well,
And so-
especially because the first kill in the room too is blowing that guy's head off.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So there are literal like exposed brains
Yeah.
Yep.
on screen,
Yeah.
and you're like, I definitely thought that of like, oh, they're gonna have to,
They're all
and
going to
dig in
kill
there.
each
they're
other.
building on the having to kill each other,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's just numbers written on the backs of their necks, and it's embarrassing. None of them notice any of that. I guess, like, how often are you just looking at the back of someone's head?
Yeah.
Especially when you're fucked up on nerve gas.
Yeah. They're locked in that initial room until the door opens for them, and then they're free to wander.
Yeah. And he
kind of
says that they all have something in common as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're like wandering around. They find a convenient bat with a bunch of nails in it, like a fucking Negan.
As I say, it's
bat.
like Walking
Negan.
Dead. Yeah.
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 And they wind up in the basement?
Yeah. Because they go exploring down there, and that's when they see the note for Obi, right?
Abi. Yeah.
Abi.
Yeah. Help me, Abi. One Kenobi.
And that's the guy with the hood. And of course, we get I don't know if this keeps being a thing, but just the random Saw flashback of a character just like, oh shit, I remember things that happened to me.
Oh yeah, because Seventh
conveniently.
Heaven is like, oh wait, now I remember you. You're the last
You
person I
kidnapped
saw.
me.
But it's so funny because like in the flashback, she gets into her car and Abi pops up from the back seat and like chloroforms her or whatever. And it's not like she's looking at him. But she's like, you're the last one I saw when you chloroformed me. Now I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when Adam suddenly remembered after he got electrocuted how he wound up in the bathroom.
And basically, they hit play on Abby's tape. And I love how often Jigsaw just fucking blows whoever, like, he loves blowing people's spot up. Like, Abby's is just like, hey, this was the guy who kidnapped all of you and brought you here. So you could all thank him for that later. But yeah, there's this oven you can crawl inside of, and there's antidote in there.
There's two.
There's two
one for
needles.
Abby and one for someone else.
Yeah,
But
it's like Survivor. It's like,
Oh yeah. All right, Abby, you've got the antidote. You get to choose one person to take with you. Who's it gonna be?
now before you tell me who it is, walk me through what you're feeling right now.
That's one for Horror Survivor.
Yes.
For real.
Absolutely.
I want to know what you're playing for.
Yeah. Oh man, Survivor Nerve Gas Edition would be crazy. So yeah, he crawls in this oven. This is another saw trap. He has to crawl in this oven, and it seems like it's not really a trap at first. He's
Yeah, he
like,
gets the
"There they
one
are."
antidote, and then he goes for the second, and it's attached to a chain. And when he pulls that, the door closes and the flames start.
Yep.
And
What was the clue? It was
once you are in
like,
hell, only the devil can save you. And so it's like there's a little devil drawing next to a valve that I guess indicates you can turn the flames off.
Right.
But it's right above where the fire starts. So the fire, maybe he could have done it right away, but the flames grow pretty quickly.
Yeah,
He's
he's-
unable to go through this fire, even
It's-
though the stunt guy is totally on fire, which is great. And I love that he like gets halfway out the little window.
Yeah.
Because that's so they can find the combination on the back of his neck later, so he's not all burnt up inside. But it just makes it all the the more horrific when he burns to death.
this one, again, Jigsaw, not much time to like really think about what's happening here, because his lower half is basically on fire already by the time he's like, by the way, there's a
Well, here's
valve
the thing,
you can
though.
turn off.
What he could have done is crawled in there, done a good survey of the area, seen the drawing in the valve, and if you turn the valve before the fire even starts, then when you pull the chain, does fire not even happen?
I don't know.
This is at least the second, counting the first movie, like where somebody could have gotten out had they just remained calm. And I think you can count Detective Matthews among that too, where like if he had just been cool,
Yeah.
then like everything would have been okay.
Jigsaw tells him to
Yeah.
just sit and talk to him for 2 hours and everything will be okay. Of course, this hot-headed, abusive cop can't do that, and then he ends up not getting his son because his son in the safe, like right next to where he is, which is fucking such a good twist.
Dude, I'd be so pissed though if I like survived a saw trap and I'm talking to someone else who survived a saw trap and I'm like, yeah, man, I had to literally dig out my own eyeball and get a key to unlock this thing from my head. And they're like, yeah, I just kind of just sit there and talk to an old man for 2 hours. Like, what the fuck?
Like I just like took a couple deep breaths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like calm down.
Like, you don't
and
get
then
it. The
I got
old guy
yeah.
was really
Yeah.
like sanctimonious.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
really-
Or just, you know what? I really thought about what the tape said and realized it was a play on words, and it actually was really easy, and I solved a combination lock. Like, fuck off.
That'll also be the case later for eagle-eyed viewers when what's the stripper's name? And she is a stripper. I'm not just calling her that.
Oh, I forget her name.
She had the shirt that Chelsea called a
the boob
sheet.
curtain.
Boob
Yeah,
curtain.
the boob curtain shirt. Those were all the rage in the 2000s.
Her shirt was set dressing in the first movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she
Yeah, it covered up that brick wall in,
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
apartment.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I forget because like they barely use her name and Jonas's name.
Yeah.
So it's hard to
I don't
track
remember her
what they
name.
are. But her trap at the very end when she like reaches into that box and it's like a Chinese finger trap, you can't
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
pull them out after it's in. Apparently on the very top you can see a like key and a lock there, and so like had she just walked around to the other end of the box, she could have just unlocked that box and taken the antidote out as opposed to sticking her hand through the blade traps.
Great.
So
Do you think that would have been explained on the tape for that? trap.
Oh, because doesn't she like throw the tape away when
She just sticks
like,
her
"Fuck
hands
it."
right in there.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
I had assumed that trap, not really thinking too much about like, oh, Amanda's in on it. I had assumed that trap was for Amanda because of the bandages on her wrists. Because like they teased this whole thing of like, you all have something in common. And before it becomes that they were all arrested by Eric Matthews, I thought it was all that they had attempted. And that they had tried to throw away their life or whatever.
Yeah.
We never find out Seventh Heaven's trap because she dies before.
She dies.
Yeah.
She gets nerve gassed.
How disappointing to be in a Saw movie and you just kind of slowly...
You don't get a trap?
She had to be my doll machete. I don't remember because it was so long ago.
She has to
She
be.
had to have been.
Yeah.
Because, like, she just, eventually fucking keels over.
Is she a holdover from the old script?
Maybe.
Because, I think the old script, Darren Lynn Bousman's, was mostly the
murder
trap
castle.
plot. Yeah. The what?
The murder castle.
Yeah, the murder
I was
castle.
surprised that it took this long, like this quickly, to get to essentially a murder castle. Like,
where it's a whole building.
Where it's like I thought we would get another like series of rooms, but them actually like navigating their way through the house.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
All different sorts of rooms and surprises behind doors.
Blueprints.
I love like when we're cutting back to the cop plot. Like Rig is there too. He's like the SWAT leader, and he's on Matthews' side of like, just beat that old guy up. Just beat the shit out of him. He calls it, I think, a tried and true method.
Cityton sucks, man.
Yeah, Cityton's
police.
corrupt as fuck. Detective Carey's the only one who's like, no, let's do it by the book. And, let's not beat the shit out of this guy. But I love that, like, Jigsaw really tests Eric Matthews' patience because we cut back to him and he's talking about like Darwin's trip to the Galapagos.
Yeah. He's waxing poetic about survival of the fittest and evolution, and Eric Matthews is just sitting there with his head in his fucking hands, like, oh my god.
The scenes between them are just so
it's so
fun.
good.
Yeah,
it's so good. So we get the John Kramer flashback. We get some of his origin story, and then. I think this is when we cut back to, we're focusing a bit more on Amanda again. This is when she talks about how she was in there the first time because she was a junkie and then she wanted to unalive herself and got put back in the Saw trap. And then we go into a room upstairs and it's the Amanda themed room. I think, or no, this one wasn't. It was Xavier's.
He's a drug dealer.
That's right. And so his trap is just, here's a pit of fucking needles, you idiot.
Yeah.
Go dig for the key in here. It's pretty simple. Yeah.
You have 4 minutes. Go.
You seem pretty big and dumb. I can't make this one super complicated for you. And
instead he just fucking heaves
Amanda
Amanda into it.
throws Amanda in there.
He's like, she's a junkie anyway. Fuck it.
She loves it.
Dude, amazing.
The scream and the reaction when she hits
it's so gross.
The Foley on this is incredible.
It's so
the design,
nasty.
They had 120,000 syringe needles
my God.
that they bought, individually removed the needles from, and then replaced with a fiberglass needle. Took 4 people 4 days to do that. Wasn't enough. Didn't look like a full pit.
Oh my God.
They had to buy other test tubes without needles and put them in there. They had to have like foam and some like goopy stuff
Why
in there.
fiber? Is it just because it breaks easily or something?
No, like it
bends.
It bends. It doesn't stab, but it looks like a needle.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was safe. And then when she's crawling around, when she climbs out and she has the needles out, those are all like prosthetic applications that they had to put in. And then they also had a fake arm for the ones that they pull out. Like this is an achievement.
I'm just thinking like making it look like there's needles sticking out of her arm like that would be so hard, because if it's just needles, that's one thing, but it like the needle with the syringe, like the plastic application or applicator thing, that makes it so top heavy.
Yeah.
So like getting them all to stick like they're sticking out of her skin, I feel like is probably so much harder than you would assume.
Definitely.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like some really cool effects work that is in a series where there's a ton of really over the top stuff.
And again, this is one where it's not visually very gory.
No, but it hurts.
We're all
to
cringing.
watch. Yeah,
it's one of the most memorable things. You had a good point, Chelsea.
Yeah, I just think the Saw traps where it's stuff like this where like we're all familiar with what a needle feels like. People have a fear of needles. I'm not even scared of needles. Like,
But I
I'm
still
fine
hate it
with
when I
it,
go
but
to
I
the
don't
doctor.
like it.
Yeah, I don't have that fear, but like
And
every
I
time they're
kn-
like, all right, I'm going to take blood, I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
And
let's do
so
it.
I think because we all have a reference point for what that feels like, stuff like this is almost harder to watch than the things where it's like, I'm going to take your leg and bend it the wrong way over your head.
Yeah.
Unless, where it's like, okay, I'm sure that would hurt really bad, but I don't know what that would feel like. You know?
You guys know that about when I put the needle through my hand. Right?
Yeah, the pottery
Yeah,
class.
Pottery
yeah.
needle. Yeah, I had a pottery needle,
Yep.
which is like a 6-inch
Yes.
long needle, go clear through my hand in the 8th
Art
grade.
class is dangerous, dude.
It's a very what's super weird about something like that too with needles where they are so small is that like you almost have to see it. And so like for this thing where like there's nowhere to like avoid looking at what's happening too because they're all over. So like I'm sure psychologically like what I'm thinking is like, oh, every single one that she looks at hurts different and
Yeah.
more.
And you know what it makes me think of is like James and I love Jackass. I forget, did you see Jackass with us?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
theaters?
yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you had also come with us. So yeah, okay, we all love Jackass.
A joy.
In this room. Yeah, it's a triumph. It's cinema. We love it. But the hardest segment for me to watch, and one I can't do it. I have to look away. It's too much for me. Out of everything they've ever done, is the one. It's the segment in I think the first movie where they basically are in like a sauna and then they give themselves paper cuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's the out of every single thing they have done, and I'm talking like vomit, bodily fluid, like them fucking their bodies up in every possible way you could imagine. The thing that bothers me is because I know what getting a paper cut feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing, I think.
This also establishes Amanda as a total fucking badass.
Yeah.
She's thrown in there and then she ends up like just
Fuck it.
shucking them aside with her arms.
I want to live.
She finds the one that was on loan by Herbert West
Yeah, she finds the reanimator
and throws out, but
reagent.
Xavier fucking drops it on his way to unlock
God.
the thing, and it doesn't even do any. It doesn't work because the time runs out before you
Yeah.
can put it in.
Idiot.
It fucking idiot.
So no antidote for them.
Yeah.
So what? Is it just the case where like, well, if you all fuck up a bunch of these little puzzles and traps, there's just not going to be enough antidote for
Correct.
everyone?
Yeah.
Great.
And then that's going to make a real murderous Xavier as he realizes, oh, the backs of everyone's heads have these numbers.
Yeah, and instead of let's all work together.
But here's the
And-
thing. Everyone always says that. There's always comments on the kill count of people being like, why doesn't he just like ask people? As you just said.
I know, he's not that person.
Well, as you
And
just said,
also,
they are
yeah.
down at this point 3 antidotes, 4 that have gone like.
But wait, what's on the up? So they open they get the numbers and then what?
That safe in the room they wake up in has an antidote in it.
As 2, I think. Isn't it? Aren't they all in pairs of 2?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know that I wish I could call her name and not the stripper, but
Yeah,
the
sorry,
stripper
ma'am.
only has this. Did you say sorry, ma'am?
Yeah, boob curtains.
Her thing only has the one where
Yeah,
she
it's
goes
just
to like
the one,
lift it
yeah.
and it like comes apart and
So
spills
wait, that's
all over
confirmed.
the place.
What's at the end of getting the
The
numbers?
combination
It's
is for
just
the
more
safe in
antidote?
the room with an antidote.
Oh, I
in it.
see. Okay. I missed
So
that.
if he gets the numbers,
Oh, then
he's going to
that's for
unlock
him.
a single antidote,
Oh, okay, I see.
and he figures.
I think I was misremembering it as like, oh, it's just how they get out.
No, it's just
Okay.
got a single antidote. It was
I
in the
see. Okay.
first tape they listened
Yeah,
to.
then that's fair, I guess.
Because
It
he's like,
sucks.
oh, well, then I'm going to get it,
Yeah.
and I don't want to have to fight over it, so I'll just kill you now. Get the number.
Here's my thing, though. Okay, so if that's the case, when he sees boob curtains later with her hands in the box,
Yeah.
and there's just wait, no, she spills it.
She spilled it.
Just kidding.
Yep. Yeah, it's real sad.
It's
She like
real-
goes to
yeah,
lift
it's
it up, but
okay.
the bottom part
Just
stays.
kidding.
And it
I was gonna
spills
say
all
if that
over.
was still right side up, if I'm him, you just rip her arms out of there.
Oh! God.
I mean, he's
No,
I'm-
100%.
I'm saying
I'm
that's
100%.
You know,
yeah.
Jesus.
if I'm him and I'm a sociopath,
For
oh
sure.
My God. Yeah.
but I forgot it got spilled over.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's around here that they all realize, hey, the thing we have in common is we've all been to jail, except for that kid, but we'll learn why that is in
My
a little
dad's a
bit.
real hard ass.
My dad's a real hard ass. Yeah.
My dad's a corrupt hard ass. My
A
dad's a real hard ass.
corrupt kind of guy.
I feel
He's-
like the look that Amanda gives him.
she knows.
It's the moment when we're watching it, and I don't know that Gressel already knows that Amanda's in on it,
Yes.
and I'm like, "Fuck, that just gave it away."
I disagree.
No,
I think it is a very easy read to make without knowing the twist. It's a very easy read to make that, oh, she clocked that his dad's a cop. Like, he does, like, I know we were just all doing bits, but he does basically say, my dad's a cop.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
it is very clear that is what he was about to say, and Amanda giving that kind of knowing look, those are the dots that are connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not that she's working for Jigsaw.
And so they all realize like they've all been to jail. They've all been wrongly arrested. Like they've had
Evidence planted on them.
Yeah.
also,
And
yeah, John Kramer mentions not only has Eric Matthews like planted evidence to arrest people, he's also gunned down unarmed suspects.
yes, he broke
Like-
someone's jaw with a gun.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Damn, man.
Put him in a saw trap ASAP.
I know his saw trap is to sit and listen to him talk for 2 hours.
I
What
know.
the fuck, John?
We never said Jigsaw was fair. But I do want to say
I don't know if you know this, but being a cop is a very stressful, dangerous job. So I feel like they already put the. If you think about it, every day on the streets is kind of a saw trap.
oh my god, can you imagine Jigsaw as like a thin blue line kind of like Blue Lives
He's
Matter
not.
guy?
He's definitely not. But
yeah.
he could be.
Even though Spiral is it Spiral? They're like, well, Jigsaw didn't target.
Jigsaw's
cops.
never targeted cops before.
Sir, what movies were you watching? I do want to say though, this kind of cast of characters in here, all these people that have been brought together, it's like kind of a range of, you know, like Eric Matthews. I don't know if he sees color.
Oh yeah.
I think he just hates everyone.
Yeah, you know, they're not all Jonases and Xaviers. Seventh Heaven's in there too.
Yeah, like did the Cityton police solve racism by just being corrupt
Across
to
the
everyone?
board,
yeah,
yeah.
like they'll frame everyone regardless of like income bracket or race. It's
Yeah.
really inspiring. Oh, I think is this around where Jonas? Yeah, he R.I.P. Jonas. I mean, Xavier's just going on a tear through this house.
Yeah, he sticks that bat with the nails in Jonas's head.
Yeah,
get
he's
his number.
Yep, and this is when I think they all realize that Daniel is Eric.
Well, as Seventh Heaven dies, she's like, "Oh, X,
X
marks
marks
the
the
spot,"
spot.
and it's like a cracked picture frame.
This seems if you're okay, I get it. And she is right because the back of it is what contains the reveal. But like, if it's gonna be an X shape like that, where it's like a crack in the glass, dude, that could be anything.
I know.
That's you going crazy for
That
3
is,
hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is Jim carrying in number 23.
Yes,
It's like,
100%.
that looks like an X intersection of 2 lines there.
Yeah.
But she's right. On the
She's-
back of that
she's
picture
right, and
frame,
then
or like
she-
inside it, I think, is the picture of Eric and Daniel Math, and on the back it just says father and son.
Uh-huh.
Just to make sure
Just
they know.
spells it out
Yeah.
for you, yeah. That she fucking dies from nerve poison, R.I.P. Meanwhile, Eric Matthews is beating up an old man with cancer. He breaks John's finger.
Oh yeah, like he major pains it. Yeah. He's like, oh, you need a distraction from the cancer? Now you're not thinking of the cancer, are you?
Then he puts a gun in his mouth. And Jigsaw's like, oh my god, fine. I'll take you to the fucking house, which is, of course, the address for the house is 237. Horror nerds making horror movies. We love it. And as Jigsaw is giving directions, it is also, of course, the last house on the left.
Oh yeah, so this is the last house on the left up here.
We love it.
And also great delivery here, editor, if you could put it in. When they're driving there, they're just like driving, and Eric's like, "Where to now?" and hits him with the gun.
Where to now?
And Jigsaw's like,
Just keep going straight. I didn't
Dude,
say.
yeah, there's no
I'll
like,
tell you when there's a turn. That's how this works. If I didn't say anything, just keep driving. God, it's not a dead end, is it?
Amanda and Daniel are trying to escape from a now crazed Xavier. I do like that this is kind of an homage to the end of The Shining. I mean, the 237 maybe just put it in my head, but this feels very hedge maze. He's got the bat, and he's limping through kind of this series of corridors, and you've got this almost mother and son kind of thing going on with these two. They're holding hands and running.
Well, it's because she realizes that in the original room where they woke up in, she sees that like the blood has not seeped down.
Yeah.
It's like seeped down into a trap door in the floor. And they're able to move the safe. Below the safe is a trap door, leads them into the tunnels. The tunnels may look a little familiar, may look like where Danny Glover got shot by Zepp.
Yep.
Because these tunnels sure do lead to the bathroom.
Yep. And I love this. I love that it's the same shot of the lights turning on.
Did you recognize the tunnels, or did it take until
not
I
recognize
think-
the tunnels, no.
they're generic enough?
I was going to say... I don't think there's a world where most people recognize, like, oh, it's the tunnels from, it's...
I'm sure some people did.
But yeah, it's the bathroom. We've even got the blue lighting. It's great. I love it. I just love that they kept that same shot with the lights. I think that really
the
adds a
lights
lot.
turning on.
It's just really exciting.
It just hits you.
It does. It works for me.
Because that's like the
It
opening
gets me
part
every
of the
time.
first movie. And it's like, oh, fuck, we're back here, dude. We spent so much time in the first movie. And like I said, they had to recreate it from scratch because they're filming in entirely different areas, entirely different cities.
Yeah.
And they did it meticulously.
It's
they were
so
like, this
great.
has to be exact.
I wonder if it's just even back then, they're like, we know Saw fans will know.
For real.
It's not the same.
And then the tech team that they've been waiting on the entire movie.
Wait, we gotta talk about the tech team. I forgot.
Because the whole movie, they're like, all right, just talk to John until we get the tech team here. They'll trace the signal of this live feed.
Yeah, so we can see where your son is. And the tech team is stuck in traffic.
Yeah, they're stuck in traffic. We said that Saw 2.5 should be like about the tech team
100%.
and why it took them so long to get there.
Yeah, like what was their day like?
So they're tracing the signal and they're heading to where it is at the same time where John is leading Eric to the house. At the same time, intercut with Amanda and Daniel running from Xavier and being in the bathroom. So I love this triple cut action. It's so
Very
fun.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yes.
Yeah.
This whole movie is very silent.
With the misdirect too at the
Yes,
end,
the
where
misdirect.
the cops get to a place, but it's not the right place.
Yes.
As it turns out, the tech team, they trace the signal to a remote location that was playing a pre-recorded tape because all the stuff on the trap plot happened days ago. Which is such a good
Yeah, the
twist.
feed isn't live.
Yeah.
So great.
Turns
So
out
great.
Daniel's just been in a safe the entire time. And that safe pops open at 2 hours.
Yep.
He has a little oxygen mask.
It's been in Jigsaw's lair this whole time.
If Eric had just chilled there, would have been like, oh, hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Mom's. And Detective Carrie is there. And she's like, oh, fuck, there's a boy in a box here.
Yep. Meanwhile, Eric Matthews is in the Saw bathroom. Bodies are piling up in the Saw bathroom.
Yes, they get there. We see Zepp's zombie
Zepp.
body. We see Adam's zombie body.
Xavier is now laying dead on the floor.
Oh, well, that's because Daniel fucking
Yeah.
slashes his throat with a hacksaw after pretending to be dead.
Right.
But this is after Xavier wants the comm.
Yeah.
And Amanda's like, no one's going to tell you what your number
Right.
is. And so first he tries the bathroom mirror, but that's not reflective. Then I love him trying to see it in the reflection of the knife blade.
Yeah.
He's like looking back and he's like, fuck it. I will cut this piece of skin off the back of my
Dude,
neck.
he would have survived the eyeball key trap, I think.
Oh, for sure.
Though he goes to cutting his skin off really fast.
He does it too, and it's one of the craziest editing things. It's the spinning, it's the flashing, but he cuts that piece of skin off, gets his number, but then when he goes to get Amanda's, Daniel pops up with a hacksaw, slits his throat.
Yep.
Dr. Gordon's foot is still there too.
That's right.
In the shackle.
Yep.
Nasty rotting foot.
Yeah. So then when Eric shows up, however much longer later, he's looking around. Oops, there's a pig mask in the bathtub. Gets him with a needle.
I forgot that the pig mask hadn't been in this movie yet.
Yeah.
And so he looks and he sees in the tub, and Gressel clocked it. He was like, pig mask?
Yep.
Well, you made it known that the pig mask is a thing.
Pig mask is a thing, yeah.
Pig mask is
it's
a
fucking
thing.
thing. It's like Jigsaw had enough already. He had a fucking doll, but throw
And
in a
now
pig
he
mask.
has henchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah. More henchmen, I guess. I guess he had henchmen.
Yeah, but now he's got the ultimate henchman in Amanda.
Hench for life.
Like, you can't ask for anyone better than Amanda.
Yeah,
in
she
my
pops up
opinion.
and sticks Eric with some drugs.
Yep.
And then he wakes up later and he has a tape.
From
and
Amanda.
It's Amanda's voice.
Yes.
Which is fun to hear.
And so Amanda gets the end montage of this movie where it's that you think it was this, but it was this thing, where she's explaining she was in on it the whole time. She is Jigsaw's apprentice. This is like her. Is it like, yeah, her.
She says you were my first test.
Right, yeah,
subject
yeah.
to Eric, yeah.
That's when we get the kind of pull out of like her with her wrists and Jigsaw's there, and it's a weird kind of cult initiation kind of feel, and that she is going to carry on his work after he dies.
Yeah.
So
And she says, game over, and
game
slams the
over.
door shut.
Yep.
Game over.
I'll fucking kill you! You fucking bitch!
And then it's a weird zoom out of John sitting in the car where it's like it zooms out, but like
Yeah,
the
the
window is
frame
the
gets
frame and everything
smaller.
around him is black.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I like that he's just waiting in the car. It's like when you're it's like when your mom goes to the grocery store and you're like, "Can I just sit in the car?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even need a Game Boy. I'll just sit with my
Yeah,
thoughts.
yeah.
I don't want to walk around that bathroom some more.
Yeah.
It smells funny.
It smells crazy in there for sure. And that's Saw 2. Oh man, recapping this just made me excited to watch Saw 3.
That's how it works.
I wish we could do that right now, but
I know.
it's too late for that.
One of these will roll right into one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, I like Saw 2. It's just fun. Something about these movies it just hits such a good spot for me. There's such a weird thing to call a comfort series. And you can't just like tell people that because
Yeah.
they'll think you're crazy. But people who know for sure.
So far, though, with like they're really entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cop plot element
Yeah.
really makes these watchable
Yes.
in a
Yeah.
way that I was not expecting at all.
No, yeah, they got stories. We got stories in the Saw movies.
Who was your guys' favorite character? John doesn't count.
Like so far?
Yeah, in this movie.
Oh, in this movie?
I'm gonna say Detective Eric Matthews.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought Wahlberg did a great job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
I might have to agree.
a really good performance. I thought it wasn't too over the top.
Sure.
And I thought that the idea of a like psychological saw trap of playing with his like guilt over his son was a lot of fun. And I want to know if the filmmakers have an idea of whose idea that was, if it was John's or if it was Amanda's. Because I'm curious about who's,
Yeah.
We'll get his kid, we'll put him in a safe.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that feels like a John trap to me.
Yeah.
He knows people's weaknesses and tailors the traps around them. Are you curious to see what becomes of Eric Matthews?
There's more Eric Matthews.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
I know, you shouldn't have said anything.
There's always more of everything.
I was going to say, you're always going to get random character in this movie is basically the main character of 4.
Yeah.
Rig.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, I love it. So, yeah.
And favorite
be-
trap?
Oh, favorite trap. I mean, I feel like the needle pit's so iconic in this.
Yeah, Needle Pit for sure. For all the reasons we said, because the relatability.
Yeah.
You know.
And just learning how hard that actually was to set up. Because, yeah, that's a lot of needles to make it look that full.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could vary it, but I gotta go with Needle Pit too.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna say different. I'm gonna say the safe. I'm gonna say the safe.
Oh, sure.
I think the whole
the
overall thing.
Yes.
Like
is-
the numbers on the back of the head?
No, the
no.
overarching,
The overarching
sun.
Daniel.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
It's
good.
good.
Uh-huh. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Good stuff.
Well, we're ready for Saw 3.
Yes, we are.
And, hope you're all ready for more of Hot Sauce Summer. Enjoying it. I'm having a good time.
I'm having a great time. But until Saw 3, this has been the Demi Pie. Oh, wait. I'm going out of order. Until Saw 3, I'm Chelsea.
I'm James.
And that's Gressel. And this has been the Dead Meat Podcast.